Happy birthday, Nigeria. Happy 61st birthday. Nigerians are celebrating all around the world, and it's a great day. Welcome to Youth and Social Life. My name is Damlola Okunshaki. And joining me today to discuss is my Mr. Michael Tidi. That's Dr. Michael Tidi. He's the 15th and current local government chairman of Warri, South local government area, Delta State, Nigeria. And of course, we'll be discussing more about Warri and also the country. Good afternoon, Dr. Michael.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sister Dan.
Yes,
Happy Independence.
yes, happy independence. We'll still talk about that, but let's just quickly talk about Warri. And of course, Warri is known to be the home of Nigeria's entertainment industry. What's your administration doing to ensure that the upcoming youth exploits the opportunities in the entertainment industry?
Well, thank you so much. Like you said, it's a known fact, and it's, it's undisputable that Warri, yeah, is a known place where we have so many talented people. The comedy industry, the entertainment industry is replete with so many uh, Warri people, Warri boys, Warri girls, as it were. Of course, we are not also lacking behind in the area of sports. So a lot is being done here to harness these potentials, these huge talents that we have, in large numbers. So as a government and the grassroots uh, took this into consideration in our policy formulation. So, Nikki, I can tell you that a lot is being done in that direction to continue to support, to continue to identify those talented youth in Warri, or with a view to giving them the enabling ambience for their potentials to be unleashed.
Okay, what are the ongoing or intending programs your administration is carrying out to totally eradicate youth restiveness?
So, like I said earlier on, we have an array of talented youth in Warri. Regrettably, those potentials are not being properly harnessed, and what accounted for this is, of course, a lack of opportunity. So, as a government in the grassroots, like I said, uh, we've lined up policies which are geared towards self, what's it called, self-sustenance, in the sense that we've brought out so many mentorship programs. We've keyed into the state government skill acquisition program. We've encouraged now training of some of these youth, all with a view to matching them with the few available spaces. So what we do, we interface with the state government whenever these openings, like this skill entrepreneurship program, the uh, the agricultural program, of course, the program for the girl child, which His Excellency the Governor flagged up uh, yesterday. When such opportunities come, what we do at the grassroots, we tend to disseminate the information to our people, or with a view to tapping in. We encourage them. There've been series of engagements. If I don't know if you're familiar with the first and second World Economic Summit, where we brought industry players as well as entrepreneurs and those in government to the round table, all with a view to fashion out ways, to get this large army of youth off the streets. So we are, of course, mentoring them because we saw that there is a vacuum. We saw that there is a gap, and in a bid to fill that gap, there ought to be mentorship. Most of these youths, yes, they have the talent, but again, the talent needs to be harnessed. And how do you do that? You must help them to create content, and that's what we've been doing, and we keep engaging them. And as a youth myself, as one who is proudly from that youth community, I can tell you that when they see me with all sense of modesty, they see themselves in me. So to them, if Dr. Tidi, being a Warri boy who grew up in a slum, could go through these orders to get where he is today, of course, they themselves can build capacity. So the mentorship program, which is a direct policy, deliberate policy by our administration, is geared towards, redefining their mindset. Is geared towards, positioning them, to be competitive, in the global community. So I can tell you that good numbers of them are taking advantage of those policy trust of us, to cash into opportunities which abound in the global space.
Okay, you actually you recently said that there's no ethnic crisis brewing in Warri, and it's unthinkable for people to promote disunity in Warri. Now, my question to you is, how have you continuously, maintained peace in your local government area?
Yeah, thank you. What we do here is to build trust. Over time, there been this disconnect between the led and of course, those leading. Uh, having come on board is like my fourth year, when they started as a council chairman. I'm grateful to God and, of course, my people who elected me. So what we do is to give, we've been giving every ethnic nationality in the LGA, Warri to be precise. We're giving all of them, their fair share. We've accorded them their pride of place. So we see ourselves as Warri, and this is what we keep pushing. That gone are those days we allow, we emphasize those things that tend to, what's it called now, separate us. We just need to de-emphasize it and encourage those things. We speak about those things that unify us. Because that's the Warri spirit, that's the Warri I was born into, that's the Warri I grew up to know. So yes, are there some ethnic bigots? Yes. Are there some people who thrive in conflict? Yes. As one who is in the academic, we've researched so many books. I can tell you, in the conflict literature, there are some persons that the conflict scholars we call conflict entrepreneurs. So we have some of them running ahead of late. But again, we've sent a strong signal to them. We made a statement, bold one for that matter, arising from the security report at our disposal, that this Warri is for all. And of course those people who emphasize, encouraging disunity, they are not welcome. And of course, I can tell you they are minute. They are not. Most of them are not even from Warri. They just call themselves Warri because they know that Warri is a brand. And of course, you will agree with me that Warri is on the world map. And so we kept telling them that this is not the way to go. We must keep encouraging ourselves. We even have non-indigens. Don't forget, a great section of Warri is cosmopolitan in nation. So there are some non-indigens, that are resident there. They are Warri also. We've given them encouragement. We've told them every time without number, you can, of course, stand for an election and win an election in Warri. We see you as our own, in as much as you're helping, you're contributing to the growth and development of the town. So I can tell you, being the chief secretary of local government, I can tell you, in clear terms, that Warri is peaceful. There are no brewing crises, even though some few elements, some unscrupulous elements tried to sell a narrative which is not popular. I can tell you we have all embraced ourselves as one, the Rovos, the Shekiris, we are all living as one. Of course, we are carrying, what's it called, the non-indigenous along also.
Okay, so what are the steps you've actually put in place for this peace to continue even after leaving the office?
Yeah, just to keep engaging the youth. We just need to keep talking. creation was brought into being by West. So we just need to keep engaging them, and keep talking to them. There must be value reorientation. The world is moving so fast, and we just need to catch up with the world. So we cannot be emphasizing disunity at this time when the world is talking about collaboration. So it's constant education, constant mindset change, and of course, the templates are there. Very soon, we'll be coming up with a development plan, which of course be there for so many persons to critique, so as to set Warri the path of development. Where human resource is the main resource that we have today. We just need to harness it. So when those development plans are there, you've invariably institutionalized the policies which subsequent administration, we build upon. So I can tell you, if we are able to come out with that, the way we are going, because we are working, we have think tanks, we have some of the best brains, working with us in our administration. I bet you, this issue of what's the call for disunity, call for segregation, call for what we and lead to crisis would not be there. But again, we cannot just rest. We are not where we are planning to get to. So keep building the right foundation for subsequent administration.
Mm.
Successors should build upon.
Are you currently running any youth-oriented program in your local government?
Yeah, what we've done, like I said earlier, what we do is to interface with the state government. His Excellency Senator Dr. Efang Okowa, is a lover of youth. And if you watch where he has given so many of us opportunity to be where we are today. So he has so many programs in the basket for youth. So what we do is to constantly, keep in touch with what's happening at the state level. Don't forget, the LGA is a component, it's a subset of the state. So the Ministry of Youth, the Ministry of Women Affairs, the Office of the Girl Child Development, then the Job Creation Office, all these are opportunities which we are there. So we interface with these various ministries and agencies. And of course, what we do is to keep engaging our people here. We just let out the information to them. And of course, we encourage them to partake in those programs. So that's what we actually do more. But again, the mentorship program, these are a deliberate policy of our administration. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. So we have that going. The supervisor for youth is on top of that. And of course, the office of the MSRG, they work, hand in hand with my office to properly, bring our youth, up to speed with what is happening in the state as well as the global community.
As a youth, what's your assessment of youth participation in politics?
Well, to be honest with you, the awareness is so high compared to when I came on board. Those of you must have followed my trajectory. As at 2010 to 11, when I gave a shot for the State House of Assembly, there were this apathy, on the side of youth to take the center stage. I almost saw some of them then, looking at me or telling me that I was overambitious, because then the age bracket to run for an elected position there was 25. Thankfully, it's been amended to 25. I'll just state them when I gave it a shot, and the records are there. I gave a good account of myself. So I can tell you that what's it called? The youths today, they are more in number who are, of course, ready, to contribute to the commanding heights of the economy, as well as to take a center stage in the political spectrum. I can't thank Yaga enough for what the Todos are doing. they've really tried, they've really helped, to encourage youth, to be a major player, in politics. So youth inclusion is what we see calling for. But again, I kept telling my people, yes, the orientation is there, yes, the consciousness is there, but power is not given out account. So you must enlist with the political parties. You must participate, register from your units, your ward, and of course get interested in what they do. It's not by going on social media and with casting aspersion at those who are ahead of us in age, and of course who are leaders. So if you want to lead the position you covet, you should not denigrate it. Rather, go through the orders, learn the role, and of course get to where God is taking you to.
Okay, today is Independence Day, and some of our leaders today, they've been there since 1960, and they're still interested in ruling. Now, do you think Nigerian youth are really well accommodated within the Nigeria political space?
Uh, well, my answer will be in twofold. First, uh, it is within their constitutional rights to stand for election, to stand to be elected. So you cannot force them out. Leadership emerge. It's a process. So in as much as the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has not, deprived them or prevented them from putting themselves out for service, come on, they will keep showing interest. Uh, but my own take here is, are they mentally ready? Are they still mentally okay? That's what that is their health. Talking about their health, are they healthy enough to give that robust leadership that the nation today needs? So these are some of the questions we should ask ourselves. And again, the voters, it is left for them, to decide if these same people who have been on the saddle for quite some time are still to be given an opportunity to continue to lead us. And the second hand, or on the other hand, for the youth, who they think the electoral act was amended, like I said, after I left I ran for office when it was 30. So today I think the age bracket is 25. So if you think you have something to offer as a youth, why not? Present yourself before the electorate, sell your money, sell your problems to them, talk to them, and with the way they are going, with the way the electoral act is being amended, I believe it will be if very difficult for the youth not to be elected, because don't forget we have the population. It's a youthful country. So if we are united, we can use our population to effect the needed change that we need to effect, although democratically. And at the end of the day, youth can be given the pride of place. But again, we cannot de-emphasize capacity building. It's not just enough for you to say you want to lead and you've not, of course, build content. You've not developed yourself before coming, of course, to present yourself for leadership position. So the other ones, they will continue to offer themselves for services as much as they want, since the constitution has not barred if the constitution has not barred them from running. And again, I've always believed there should be the blend between the old and new, because we also need their experiences, we need their wisdom, because a mixture of the old and new, I believe that will take Nigeria out of this long shadow of finances.
But are Nigerians ready for the youth to lead?
Uh,
Are Nigerians ready for the youth to lead? Are they ready to accept the youth as leaders in the community?
uh, what answer would I give? I think they are, yeah. I want to
Because most
believe.
times we see on social media where they'll be like, youth supporting youth and all that. But it seems when it's time to vote, they are not ready to vote the youth to lead.
Yeah, you see, I've said that in my opening remark. What is needed is to get the proper enlightenment. So many of the youths you found on social media, calling for support for their fellow youths, they are not properly enlightened, on the way the electoral process runs. Like I said, they need to belong to a political party. They have to register from their ward. You just need to be part of the system for you to learn the rope. So when decisions have been taken, you won't be there while the decision is being taken. You will be there. But the situation whereby you are outside, you refuse, to identify with the political party, you refuse to learn the rope, you will not be there when decisions are being taken. So you will not even know what's the nitty-gritty of politics or election as it were. So when the election comes, you find out that it's just few youths who would be seated, where decisions are being taken. So at the end of the day, the older ones, they get elected. And don't forget, it's not the youths that are even doing most of the jobs for them. The jobs I mean, the support, the technical support and what have you to get to where they are. You understand? So until the youth make that conscious effort to be much more interested in the political parties, I bet you it will be difficult for them to properly position themselves for offices. But don't get it wrong. Go to the National Assembly, especially the House of Reps. You see some fantastic youths. The Julius Pondis are there. These are some youths who are giving good account of themselves. Right now, with Luke from Akwa Ibom, the young man is there giving good account of himself. But again, ask them, how did they get to where they are today? They started from the political party, from their ward. Julius Pony was one time a councillor. He was elected leader of Leslie House. Today, he's in the second. Okay, this is what's the year now? Almost 6 years, yes, in the National Assembly. So Luke was once in the House of Assembly. He was once the speaker. Today is a member of National Assembly. But they all started from somewhere. So the youth just needs to learn the rope, join the process, go through the process, such that they should be in a better position to make informed decision with a view to, of course, electing one of their own, into office. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Tidi Michael. Lastly, as a youth in politics, what's your advice to youths, trying to enter into the political space?
They should subject themselves to leadership. It's very important. This has something to do with godfatherism. They are leaders, in the various political parties. We need to tap from their weight of experience. We need their wisdom. We need their direction. So they should subject themselves to leadership, and of course learn the process. You can't just jump the gun. You can't just jump the gun and expect to win. You just need to enlist in any of the political parties, and of course, we all know the difference between the parties today. Nigerians are already calling for the PDP to get into to take over the national government. So I encourage the youth. The PDP has fantastic manifestos for the youths. They've given so many youth like myself opportunity, to contribute to the commanding acts. So what they need to do is to enlist from their ward, look out for the leaders that are there, and of course, learn through Europe, submit themselves to leadership, let them understand the rudiments of what we do in the political parties. And before you know it, when opportunities arise, of course, the leaders will see them and say, okay, this young man is very respectful, he's humble, he has the necessary IQ to do this job. Why don't we put him forward? And no political party want to put forward someone who is arrogant, someone who has not built capacity, someone who does not even understand what's the elementary government as a subject. So these are some of the things that the youth just need to do. It's very important. The openings are there, but let them go to their board. Let them start from there. These two fine young men I mentioned that are in the National Assembly, if you see them today, with some used to mistake it to be that the judge got to where they are. Don't mistake it. Some people started from National Assembly, But again, this you must register in your ward, and of course, subject yourself to leadership. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Michael Tidi, Ph.D., for joining me today.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine.
And happy Independence Day.
Yes, good. You guys are great mission. Let's keep believing it.
Yes, and I've been with Honorable Michael Tidi, PhD. He is the 15th and current local government chairman of Warri South local government area in Delta State, Nigeria. And of course, he advised Nigerians, the youths are trying to enter into the political space. Of course, you need, to keep working. You also need to enter there so that you can make decisions for Nigerians and also the youths. My name is Damlola Okunshaki, and this is where I have to drop the curtain. But do well to like and follow us on all the social media platforms showing on your screen, on our website, www.vanguardngr.com. Happy Independence Day, Nigeria.